Hey everybody, I hope you're having a lovely time. Welcome to the Sunday Thing, episode 7. You are watching this on February 22nd, 2026. And it is officially for us here in France, it is the beginning of the winter break, which has a lot of ups and some downs. So let's get right about talking about them. So there's this phenomenon, there's this like byproduct of working as a teacher that regularly happens to me after, just before a specific break starts, the Halloween break or the winter break, or any even in summertime. I'm so ingrained and so close to the classes, to the students, to the people, to the colleagues, to the friends, and to the environment of academia. And I love the job, I think, so much that when I have a break or I have a couple weeks of no classes, nothing specific to do, I genuinely feel a little depressed. I genuinely feel like, okay, this is just this. What am I doing now? What do I do? Is this like, how am I supposed to organize my day? I got things I should be doing, but just mentally, it feels like I have lost the purpose, if it makes any sense. And so it kind of stayed with me, even though it was still a work week. Throughout this past week, as you'll see in a minute, this whole energy stayed with me, and let my past me tell you the story of that. Usually by like midweek, each week I have a general idea of what I want to do for the musical performance of the Sunday Thing. I don't know, for whatever reason this week it's been very tough. I have not been able to come up with a plan or an idea of what to do for the song because I don't want to phone it in. It's not about getting things done. I've always tried to make the songs that I play sound good, genuine, and pour my heart and soul into them, even if they're like a couple minutes. It's very windy today. It's really pretty, but it's very windy. I apologize for the audio. I still don't understand what it is. I've had multiple classes this week, and they were all about music. And interestingly enough, the theme of the class, like the whole vibe, was like inspiration, the separation of the artist from the art, the identity, all of those things that I'm a champion about. I always, go on these big rants about how I love doing this thing. And it's very cold, by the way. It's unbelievably chilly right now. I had like a snowstorm alert on my phone, which does not compute this morning. Anyway, I still don't know why I feel like this, but I feel like I need to just make a rant video about it and get it out of my system. And just where am I walking? Jeez, I should go stay on the quad. I should just, I think, make it like a rant video about it and get it out of my system. Man up, which is, in my opinion, a wrong kind of phrasing, but just believe in myself and do the thing. Also, I don't know if you can see, but it's a very quiet evening thing happening because this is the last week of classes before the holiday break, before the winter break, and a lot of the students they've already left us. They've traveled back to their homes, their even countries, and so it's a very serene, quiet, and it's nice when there's people, but it's also nice when there's nobody. I have a lot of memories of being in this weather with nobody, trying to find somebody to talk to get into the master's program some years back. How far have we come? And this whole thing that you just watched, it kind of stayed with me for a bit until I kind of had this idea of really trying to get out of this mood, get out of this shell. I know it's February, and February here in France, in this specific part of town, because there's not a lot of sunlight. It's mostly rainy and cold and gloomy and bleak and all of those adjectives. Even though I like that weather per se, I felt, you know what, I need to make some changes, specifically because of what would be happening next week, which I'll talk about in a second. But I decided to do something a little different and a little out of the box. So for a number of years, the go-to microphone that I would use to record my music was the Rode NT1A. Now, if you've been in the world of audio, you definitely know which microphone it is, because it is one of the most known and the most reputable budget microphones that you can get. I don't remember how much I got it for, because I got it over 15 years ago, I think. And that album was responsible for my second and my third French albums. So that would be 2014 to almost 18. Then I gave it to a buddy of mine, and I moved on to the next best option in terms of its budget friendliness and the quality and the overall vibe of it, which is this here Audio Technica AT2020. And I still use this microphone to date, which is amazing. The microphone is amazing. I got it right, I think, before COVID, 2019, 2020, and I've been using it ever since. So it's like almost 6 years now. And I made my fourth album and a number of singles using this microphone, and I've used it for vocals, I've used it for guitars, I've used it for like some percussive instruments. It gets the job done, and it's amazing. Lately, I've been thinking of getting some upgrades, since I'm looking into options to have as varied of a sound as possible. And so I ordered the next option in the line when it comes to the budget friendliness and also the quality. And it's going to arrive today. It's hopefully, I'm going to work very soon. And hopefully the microphone arrives when I am in my break, so I can just go grab it, because I don't think the people that are bringing the microphone will drop them in the PO box. Usually they have to deliver, and like you have to sign something. But I'm very excited to see the difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record an acoustic line, and I'm going to put the microphone stand in a position and keep it that way. And then using the Audio Technica AT2020. And then when the new microphone arrives, I got a Lewitt 441 Flex, the one with the 8 programs on it, or 6 technically, which was a step up in terms of its pricing. Usually Audio Technicas or Rode, these microphones go for, I think, I want to say 100 to 120, something like that, euros, something like that. This is slightly higher in terms of the pricing. It's almost 300 or something like that. I think it was 350, if I'm not wrong, which could mean a potentially different sound profile that I'm looking for. And also, on the other hand, as you can see here, generally speaking, a microphone loses its sensitivity in its circuitry over time and over usage, because when you connect a microphone to your audio interface with phantom power, specifically condenser mics, there's like electricity moving in between like the parts of the microphone, and it's completely understandable that as time goes on and you record, you stream, you use the microphone for a number of hundreds of hours, the luster, the sheen of the microphone could potentially be deteriorated, for lack of a better word. So that means probably the microphone that I bought for like 90 bucks almost 7 years ago is probably not the best microphone in terms of its sound profile today, since I've used it over thousands of hours for recording, for streaming, for video calls, for pretty much everything, because audio is really important to me when it comes to these kind of things. So the plan is to record an acoustic phrase once with the Audio Technica AT2020. Then I'm going to use the same position of the microphone, record the same phrase with the same guitar, the same hands, on the Flex 441 Lewitt mic. Should be a fun little experiment, because it's time to make some new music, right? I'm using this here guitar pick. As you can see, it's completely faded out because this is the pick I used to pretty much record the album, and I believe play the live performance with. It used to have a QR code here that went to my Spotify page, and this used to be my logo. I don't know if you can still make it. Anyway, the acoustic guitar is going through my first line, fan and power on. I have the 1176 compressor set to guitar here and the vintage mode on because I really like the warmth that this thing gives, right? And if you see the green line like popping up here, is because I'm speaking and the microphone, like it's here, and I just recorded the line on my acoustic here, which is going to be hopefully the same thing that I play. I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to leave everything here and go to work. Hopefully by the time I get home, I will have the microphone with me so I can record. This is also the dynamic mic I used for streaming. First class finished. No sign of the post people, of the UPS guys. So, I'm in the middle of the class. The phone rings, the UPS guy, and he's like, I'm at the location of the delivery. And I gave the location address here. So, I gave my students some kind of a, hopefully fun thing to do. I'm gonna go get the box. All right, got the microphone. Now I'm gonna go back, finish this lesson, probably go home and test it out because I'm really hyped for what I think this thing is capable of adding to my sound arsenal. So yeah, this was a very interesting week because it allowed me to kind of think about a bunch of things at the same time and try to drag myself out of this whole negativity and energy, whatever you want to call it, that I seem to have made for myself. The song that you're about to hear is one of the songs that actually is about this kind of feeling that I was feeling several years ago during the days of the plague, during COVID days. I wrote this song and it's called House of Sorrow, and I think I'd like to remake or reimagine it with a more modern voice. And this rendition that you're about to hear is probably the beginning of that project. It's one of the songs that after I was done making the video on and mixing and producing, I kept the project for myself. I feel like I can do some fun stuff with it, I think, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, let's talk about what's gonna happen next week, because it's kind of an interesting week. As it is a vacation week for us, I feel like it was time to make some dramatic changes. So I'm taking a small trip to Paris. I'm going to the City of Lights, and I'm going there for two specific reasons that I would recommend. If you'd like to know more about, watch the videos that will come out hopefully during next week or maybe in the next couple of weeks. And if any of the things that you're seeing right now makes sense to you and you'd like to see more about it, it would be super cool if you could do the YouTube thing. And if you decide not to, I completely understand. Anyway, I hope you're having a lovely, lovely time. I hope that you are staying safe, you're staying sane. Drink plenty of water, take your vitamins. If you are living in a place where there's a lot of sunlight, some of us are really jealous of you. And I will be seeing you next week with a lot of energy, more positivity, and just all around good vibe. Have a great rest of your day. See you very soon. Take care and peace.
Everything's broken and everyone's running scared. Deviants, liars and fools, and nobody cares. Brittle, bruised and torn, I'm lost among these souls. I'm lost among these souls. Come hunt me and take control. Desperate, angry and haunted, I run away from now. Forever hiding in shadows of those who'd wish me harm. My heart a house of sorrow, my soul a house of pain, my head a throne of thorns, my life an ocean in rain. 'Cause we're falling, falling, we're falling one by one. And the music enchanting breaks us in her arms. And we're falling, falling, we're falling one by one. And the songbirds calling locks us in her arms. This sounds really good. Damn.